there, Titans. My name is Paige, and today I'm here with a special guest, Joanna Smart from NxStage. Hi, Joanna. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Paige?
I'm doing great. It's so nice to have you here today. I'm really excited to dive in and share with our listeners what we've built together, partnering with NxStage. Can you tell me a little bit about your title and role at NxStage and how NxStage is changing the lives of people with dialysis?
Sure. So I work in the marketing department. I am officially known as an administrative assistant, but what I do is I help streamline processes that are used throughout the entire department with Salesforce. And then what NxStage does is they support the home dialysis community to allow patients to complete their dialysis treatments in the comfort of their own home. And this may allow for them to have a more flexible lifestyle and potentially improve the clinical benefits that they have. So we're just working on building a next generation dialysis solution that improves patient quality of life and changes the face of renal care across all settings.
That's awesome. That is really cool. And I'm sure that that really can revolutionize people's lives who have dialysis. So how does NxStage reach the market of dialysis patients?
We do it in a variety of ways. I mean, social media and kind of the general ways you would think, but one of our more unique avenues is that we do have an advocacy program, which is a patient peer-to-peer level group that reaches out and helps kind of connect with the patients on a personal level. And that's actually what brought around the need for a portal, because they are contracted to NxStage. So they aren't actually employees, but they do have to need the ability to see kind of what their work schedule is and whatnot. And that's why we were hoping to get a portal built out for it.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So you use advocates to help find new patients and advocate for your program that can revolutionize their lives, but you need a portal to be able to connect with your advocates and let them know what events they will be running through your program.
Yeah.
So how do you guys talk to your advocates like right now, or like what did you guys use before we built out this portal together?
So basically it was a lot of emails, text messages, phone calls, just going back and forth and getting their data, kind of filling in spreadsheets to make sure that we had it all, tracking it all manually and whatnot. And that's how we used to do it before we had the portal. They would call us and say, hey, I don't know if I have my engagement form. I don't know if my event's been approved. And they would just reach out constantly asking us questions about their own events. And then on the data collection side, when they would send us the data that we needed from their event, it would be either in an email or a phone or a text message. And then we would take that and put it into an Excel spreadsheet and then transfer it later into Salesforce.
Wow, that's a very long process. And through building this portal together, we can both see that it eliminates a lot of time on both people's ends to get the data into Salesforce.
Absolutely. It takes out that middleman of me doing all the work, and it allows the advocate to go in and enter their data, look at their data without having to ask me, what is it?
That's so exciting. Let's just dive into this portal that we built together. Do you want to start at the first page and we can kind of show the viewer how we use this portal to connect your data to your advocates? So let's start with just like the login page. Can you tell me, if advocates don't have a license in Salesforce, how are they able to log into this portal?
So they are just logging in with the email that is connected to their contact record in Salesforce.
Wow, that is really cool. So there is no license at all in Titan or in Salesforce.
Nope, it's great. It's really easy. As long as they're a contact record in Salesforce, they can log in.
That's awesome. All right, so let's log in together and see what this portal looks like. Okay. So here we have the home screen, it looks like. And honestly, this looks a lot like what you'd see like if you're logging into like a portal for your doctor's office or at work or something. Did it take you long to build this out?
No, not really. And it's nice because there's not like a ton of coding or anything involved in it. It's all logical steps on how to build out.
That's so crazy and amazing to see like what you can do with just a few clicks. Let's get started and see this engagement form button that I see.
Okay.
So tell me, what does this power table do for your contractors?
So they have to sign a form that says they've committed to do an event, and they need to use that form to send it in later for payment purposes. And what this table allows them to do is they can search a date range, or they can just scroll through and see what their events were. And the good thing is, like, the most recent events are up at the top because that's what they're typically going to be looking at. So they can go in and see if it's been approved or not, if they've signed it or not. If they haven't signed it, they can sign it as long as it's fully approved. If I try to sign it before it's approved, they get a message saying, you know, we need to wait until it's approved, reach out to your area manager. If it is approved, they can go in and click here to get the attachment and download it right from here.
That is incredible. Can you show me that attachment being downloaded? Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
Wow. So these are all attachments that are being stored in Salesforce that the contractors now have access to through this portal.
Yes.
That's amazing. So let's approve one in Salesforce and see how quickly it will update in the portal too.
Sure. So I'm going to go to this one. Let's see, Boston 1120. Do that one. Oops. If I go in and just approve this real quick, and I go back to my Titan, if I hit refresh,
and there it is. Now it's approved here too. Yep. That is so cool. Awesome. And then let's see this contractor sign this if we can.
Sure. So they just go to sign agreement. My email is telling me that I'm going to have to sign this.
That happened really fast. The email came through fast.
It did. It was great. And then they can just go right in here and check the box that they've accepted it. They can sign it now. And then they can just put their name and then hit finish and sign.
That is amazing. And then this is uploaded to a record in Salesforce too. It's stored in Salesforce.
It is. It's stored on the event in Salesforce.
Sweet. Let's look at that too in Salesforce.
Sure. So if we go back and refresh this screen, you'll see in the notes and attachments that something will have attached. So we can go.
Oh my gosh, that was so fast.
Right there. And it's great.
So cool. All right, so let's move on to the event attendance page in this portal.
And I like that all the buttons, you can either go back to the home page if you're confused, or you can click the buttons up here, which is great.
Yeah, that is a really cool navigation tool. Okay, so this table here is a way for the advocates to be able to review their past events, correct?
Yep, they can look at their past events and they can look at specific events. So they can do either a staff event or a patient event. And this is looking at, you know, the success of their patient events. So we've limited it to just look at their patient events, and they can go in and enter their numbers as needed.
And or then even update them too, right? If we click that view form.
Yeah, absolutely. So we click view form. And they can just go in and say who, you know, how many attended, who wanted follow-up. We can say event went great. And then if they know the event name, they can add it here. Whatever the thing is. They can update the attendance.
Okay, let's look at the contractor details.
Okay.
So then here I see all the contractors' details and information, and so they would be able to update this information too, or at least request to have this information updated if it was incorrect. Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
That is amazing. So in summary, can you express how this changes the workflow for you in NxStage?
Yes, I can't tell you how much time this is going to save me, because just the small phone calls, the 5-minute, hey, can you tell us my event has been approved? Hey, can you tell me if I submitted my numbers for this specific event? All of these little things that, you know, it takes 5 minutes here, it takes 5 minutes there. It really calculates out to probably 10 to 12 hours a week of just following up with the advocates, making sure they have their information, telling them where their event statuses and whatnot, and them having the ability to go and look for themselves, being able to edit some of the data themselves is going to just take that 10 hours and free it up, that I'm going to be able to hopefully even add to this portal, create more events for them to be able to look at, maybe different views if they need it and that whatnot. And it's really going to save us a huge amount of time with the back and forth in emails and phone numbers and phone calls.
Yeah,
rather.
totally. I mean, the amount of resources that you have saved for NxStage is probably totaling tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you were to go through developers or architects, either through Salesforce or other avenues, I mean, this would take months, if not several months to create, and multiple hands in the pot. So for you to be able to create this in a matter of just a few work week hours is just insane. So congratulations for the amount of time and money that you have saved NxStage, and now you guys can pour those resources into the lives of people with dialysis.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's very quick. It's very, logical, and it's going to be a great improvement for our team.
It's been a pleasure building this with you, Joanna, and thank you so much for sharing this with our Titan community.
Yeah, thank you too. I look forward to working on our next project together.
Thank you. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Titans, for listening. And I hope that this video really helps you to see the potential of your Titan portals.